Hello, everyone. I think, yes, I'm now live. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday, I think. Oh my gosh, the days literally keep rolling into each other, especially now that most of you are on summer holidays. My kids don't break up until Friday, and I know that some of you already been on for like 4 weeks. Well, they break up on Friday, and I'm really, really excited about it. But that's not why I'm here today. I'm here to talk about tantrums. Have you ever thought my child's tantrums are ruining my life? Because I know I have. If you've thought that, I'm really glad that you're here, because that's what we're really going to talk about today. And you're definitely not alone in feeling like this. I remember one night about 10 years ago, maybe it was 8 or 10 years ago, that I said the exact same thing to my husband. And then, of course, I immediately felt guilty by saying it. And then I had these thoughts that were going on in my head. What type of mum am I? What kind of mum thinks her child is ruining her life? What kind of parent actually says these things out loud? And, I used to say, and I was just in Vegas last week for, I wrote a chapter in a book that didn't have anything to do with ADHD, but it was the book launch, and I'm totally going off tangent here, but I had to do a presentation on stage, and, I admitted out loud that I used to say to my husband that I really didn't like my son. I loved him, but I didn't like him. And to say it out loud, makes me feel so guilty. But my husband always tried to, to lift my spirits by really, there really was only so much he could do. Every day for me when we were going through it was a challenge, and every day was more of the same. Refusal to follow even the most basic instructions, meltdowns over things that felt so small. I just couldn't believe that, he would get so angry about it. There would be arguments non-stop, the emotional dysregulation, and then it was repeat day after day after day. And it got so bad, I eventually dreaded getting out of bed. Have you guys listening ever been in that similar situation with your child? Have you ever had to endure like an epic meltdown with the rest of the world looking on? I know I definitely have. And if you can relate to anything I've said so far, would you just pop yes into the comments? One thing I love about this group is that everyone is so supportive. So I think it will be really, really encouraging for other parents out there to know they're not alone. And the day, that day when I said those words to my husband, I realized something had to change. I could totally either give up, or I could dig in and make some changes. And I decided to dig in and make some changes. And I scoured the internet looking for something or anything that might help us. And I remember thinking that maybe if we just figured out what was causing these episodes, then we could get them under control. And I don't know where you find yourself today listening in. Maybe you're feeling similar to how I felt back then, but I want you to know there is hope. You aren't destined to a life of misery and embarrassment because your child's tantrums and meltdowns. It is 100% possible to have a child with ADHD and not experience constant chaos in your home. I remember years ago wishing there was a magic wand that would take away my son's challenging behaviors, or a magic pill. Have you ever wondered the same or wished for the same? Again, add a me too in the comments if you have, just showing other parents out there that they're not alone. Years ago, I wished for that ADHD magic wand. And honestly, when my son was finally diagnosed with ADHD and prescription medication, we got that first prescription medication, I thought that we'd found that magic wand. But Then, only a few weeks later, the side effects began. In fact, his side effects were so bad that he ended up on three medications at one time. Only one of these was for ADHD. The rest, and the fourth that the doctor wanted, us to add in, were only to counteract the side effects of the other medication. And I finally said I had enough. Enough was enough. Medication, was not working for our family. And I just want to say, no shame whatsoever. I am not against medication, but I just knew deep down that 4 strong medications in my young son, many of them giving him significant side effects, was not right for us, not right for our family. And so that's when I started researching natural strategies, and slowly we started seeing the changes in our son. They didn't happen, in a blink of an eye or a pop of a pill, like, that magic wand that I'd wished for, but they really were pretty amazing. And we found freedom from those challenging behaviors. And now my son is completely off all medication and doing really, really well. And I know you can find that same freedom. I don't want anyone listening today to feel hopeless like I did back then, because it's devastating. I get it. But there's hope. Things can improve. And I've watched nearly close to 1,000 other families just like yours, that find that peace and calm they were looking for. And I really believe that I can help you get there too. So I want to invite you, if you're listening today and feel the same way, to book a free call with one of my team members to help you take your next step towards a healthier and happier and more peaceful, calm home. That's what I've got now, and that's what so many of the other families that I've worked with have. And there's absolutely no risk in the call. You don't have to sign up right there and then. You don't have to proceed if you don't like what we have to offer. It's totally free and there are no obligations. All we will do is chat about how our team can help you get to where you want to go. So I'm going to pop the link into the comments to book that call. For those that don't know me, my name's Dana Kay, and I'm your ADHD health practitioner, and I am always happy to help. So if you're struggling, if you're feeling that pain today and you just need a chat, send me a message, pop a comment below, show the others out there that they're not alone. So guys, have a wonderful week ahead, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.